welcome to everybody who it's their first community session joining us. Does anybody want to provide an explanation for kind of how these community sessions go for the folks who are just joining us today? Who's been here a few times that might want to give a shout out? Kurt, I can see you unmuted.
Yeah, well, I recently spoke to somebody who's been also joining this community session, and I realized, just how unique your company is, and unique in terms of the value of these things. I work in the channel a lot, and I have other businesses in different channels, and this is very unique in a community. And I really love it. I've taken to it. I try and join these things as often as possible. So, kudos to you guys.
Hey, thank you, Kurt. Really appreciate it. So with that, keep the floor, Kurt, if you don't mind. You want to just do a quick explanation of generally how these sessions go for anybody who's new here?
Well, I'm kind of new. I've only been here about 2-3 months now.
Yeah.
And from my perspective, I learn something new every single time, and I meet somebody new. I've recently just started pursuing some one-on-one relationships, and I'm looking for more feedback because my business is automation, RPA, if anyone knows what that is. But I started in RPA, and now I'm moving into automating digital. And I really love this space because it's, the local stuff. So you guys have taught me so much, and just listening to some of the participants has been fantastic. So really
awesome.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, Kurt. So these community sessions, if you're just joining us or checking the recording, we do them every Friday. We keep them at 10:30 Saskatoon time. Currently it's Central time, just for an hour, and we discuss other different topics every week, and we try to have a little bit more of a discussion. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for today, is to open up a little bit more discussion. I've heard from a few partners that having that discussion between partners has been super valuable to hear how you are going to market with different things and what your sales funnel looks like specifically. So we record each one of these sessions, and then we put the recording into the community afterwards. So I'm going to share my screen just to show everybody exactly where you can find these things. So if you go into the community here, you'll see community forum, and then you'll see community sessions. This gray bar here, there's a couple of different ways to get there. But as soon as you click on here, you'll see all the different topics that we've chatted about over the last 37 weeks. And so I think Michael Lofton was asking, where can we find the recording from, the website discussion. So if we click into the website offerings here, you'll see the recording right here. And we try to make resources available. So we have the order forms. We reiterated this, basically your checklist. You can bring this to your discovery meeting so that you can answer these questions. It'll make the process much smoother. And here's the presentation too. So I hope that answers your question, Michael. And for anybody who's looking for how to watch the recordings in the past, that's where you can find them. Awesome. And so we have, with that, I don't want to take too much time at the beginning here, but my name is Andrew Carson. I'm a team lead with the growth team here at Vendasta, connecting with partners, trying to help understand different ways to grow, leveraging Vendasta. Thank you to everybody for joining us. Today we have a couple of topics that we wanted to discuss. And first, we're going to kick it off with the home run sales competition. That we're super excited to be doing this with you guys, and to talk a little bit more about it, we have our VP of Success, Michael Watkins, on the line, who will walk us through it, why it's here, how you can get involved, and what to expect with it. So Michael Watkins, welcome. Would you mind doing an introduction, and then you can get right into the home run sales contest?
Yeah, sure. So I get to come into a few of these, and I get to look at all the recordings. I love the conversations that are happening in the community. My name is Michael. I look after success here at Vendasta, which includes support, onboarding, and the growth teams. My background is I started off in an agency, then went to an enterprise Yellow Pages type business as they started to try to do digital, and then came back to agencies. Super excited about what the habits that have been formed with consumers and the opportunity that exists in a world which really is uncertain times. And one of the exciting things that we wanted to bring to the table here is sort of set a foundation for a competition with the run home to the holiday season for you guys to really own and use it as an opportunity to share and celebrate some of the sales tactics. So I'm going to share my screen right now real quick. And boom, boom, boom. Just get some thumbs up if we can see it.
Got it there.
Awesome. Fantastic. So look, the purpose of this this competition is it's interesting time of the year to be trying to have sales appointments and conversations. I remember back when I was in an agency, I used to love having SEO conversations at this time of the year, because at this time of the year, if a small business wasn't doing very well, it was all about what they can do to be more effective next year. But that was a few years ago. There's a lot more products. There's a big change with COVID to e-commerce. Reputation is more important than ever. So the game sort of changed. And so what we're hoping to do with this one is to really celebrate some of your sales team members and offer them an opportunity to win together. And so the competition has a cash prize. There's a $500 prize for one of your sales reps that gets to the top of the leaderboard. And then there's 4 runner-up prizes where on Christmas Eve, we're going to send out some e-gift vouchers to the successful team members. Any partner can nominate any sales rep. All you need to do to enter is to either go to the community, or we'll pop a link in the recording follow up from this. You may have already received an email, but there's a simple nomination form where you can nominate your sales reps. And what we'll do is we'll send the nominated partners this pack so that you can all see it. And then there's 3 steps. So one is nominate. The second step is in our Sales and Success Center, you can create an opportunity card. If you haven't yet used the pipeline board, it's pretty amazing. Andrew has a video to share from Dom, the product manager, which will show you how to do that in a second. But basically, you create an opportunity, tag it with Run Home 2020, and we'll be celebrating the team members who close those opportunities. One of the things we're also going to do in the next few community sessions is just have a little segment where we can share what are the types of conversations that are generating the opportunities. What are the types of conversations that are helping you close the deals? And we'll share what we know from our end, and we look forward to the participants of this competition sharing internally within this community and only within this community as well. So that's the details of it. And I'll just flick you through to here. We've got this video, which will be in the deck as well. And we're going to have a leaderboard so you can see which sales agents are pulling ahead of the curve. We're hoping it's going to be a big, fun opportunity for you to collaborate with your other community partners. And looking forward to supporting you through this promo. It starts on Monday and runs all the way through till December the 18th.
That is awesome, Michael. And we have quite a few partners already who have submitted and nominated their sales reps, right?
Yeah, we have about 10 sales reps already ready to rock and roll. On Friday, or today is being Friday, in the afternoon, I'll be sending through to the partner admins this deck. And we'll just be adding everyone to the deck, so you can feel free to add comments into it. I'll be adding some extra sneaky slide pages with some tips and tricks inside the deck as well. So that deck becomes our single source of truth for those who want to participate in the competition. And then we'll be we're chatting about it in the community sessions moving forward.
Nice, love it. So I popped in the quick how to enter, nominate your sales rep, create sales opportunity, close a deal, just quick notes in the chat there if you want to have a look. And I'm going to share my screen. There we go. All right, so hopefully everybody can see my screen here with the community forum. If you want more details and you want to get some get some chatter going here. You can find this post here. I'll show you where to find it. If you go to community, I think you'll see it kind of as you scroll down. Looks like this here. Click into it, and it'll have all of the details here with the Wufoo forum and everything here. So I can see somebody already pretty excited about it. And I've heard from a lot of partners who want to hear, about how sales are going, et cetera, and kind of how to work that funnel. So with that being said, let's try out this video and listen to our product manager, Dom, to make sure that we know how to be entering this stuff so that we can participate. Please let me know if you cannot hear it. If I don't hear anything, I'll assume that you can hear it.
All right, what's up, everybody? My name is Dom, and I'm the product manager for Sales and Success Center. And today I'm going to show you how to win the Home Run 2020 contest. So the name of the game is Close Winning Opportunities, and whoever actually wins the most is going to go home with the prize. So first things first, when you're in Sales and Success Center, you need to have an account created before you can create an opportunity on it. So if you don't know how to do that, you just go up here to the Create Prospect button in the top right, and you can actually create accounts from here. It should be intuitive enough to walk you through that. So once you have accounts loaded into the system, what you can do is you can go to the pipeline, and on the board view here, you can hit create opportunity. So when I hit that, a side panel opens up. I can choose from the list of accounts that I have. So I'm gonna go ahead for McDonald's, hit next, and then I can choose items that I wanna put into this opportunity. So this is where I choose things that are available in my store, either packages or products. This is what I'm actually going to be selling to the customer. So I'll go ahead and I'll use the local business online toolkit. I'll hit select, and then I hit next. So if I want, I can adjust price and things like that, but I won't get into that right now. There's multiple different things I can fill out here, but what I'm looking for is down under the details tab here. I can add a tag. So right from tags, I can select the ones that I actually have already loaded into the system. So for this demo, I've already went in, added the tag, but all I need to do would be to type it in right here in this field. And you only need to do that one time. So once I have the tag, I'm gonna hit add. So these accounts will be tagged as run home 2020. And I'll go ahead and create that opportunity. So when I create that, it shows up on my board here. And I'm gonna just open it to show you what it looks like in the side panel. So if I wanna open this card, to work an opportunity, what I can do is I can drag it through my pipeline like so. I can also work on this. I can add notes. I can change the actual items in it if I edit them. Say I wanna edit the price or something, I can do all that. So this side panel gives me lots of information. I can add log activities on the opportunity as well. And what I'm really looking to do is get this opportunity moved all the way through my pipeline. I can either drag it through or change the stage here, and I want to get it to closed one. So when I win an opportunity, I'm going to go ahead and hit 1. If I want, I can fill in a note if I want to. Don't have to do that, but I'm going to go ahead and close this opportunity. So what happens when I close that opportunity? I can either kick off the create order workflow and make an order for this, or I can just stop there and work with my admin to get these products activated that this customer has ordered. So name of the game is closing. Whoever closes the most opportunities over the next month, I believe it is, you are going to win a prize. So get out there and start selling.
Right on. What do you guys think? Yeah? See some people thumbs up, see some heads bobbing. What do you guys think about the new Sales and Success Center? I'm sure that some people on the call saw it when it didn't look like this with side panels and everything. Jeff, would you mind speaking to that a little bit?
Sure. Yeah. No, I love it. I've been a big fan of Sales and Success Center. I think it's a CRM that's built for salespeople. It didn't even have a pipeline view back in the day, so that's something that's awesome, and it just keeps getting better and better to manage opportunities. Yeah, I'm a big fan. You know that. I don't know what to say. I mean, if you're not using it, I don't know what you're using. Start using it because everything else sucks.
Nice. Love the shout out, Jeff. Thanks. And yeah, it's getting very, very intuitive. They've done some work, so it's quite fast too now. And you know, we drink our own champagne, so we use it on our side. So if something's not working, we're already all over our team telling, hey, like, get this working, we need it. So get in there. Thanks to Dom for making that video, for supporting this. Any questions from everybody? What do you guys think about the contest?
I love it. I think it's a great idea. I can't wait to start. I mean, I just brought somebody on, so this is going to be all new for her. She's got a banking background and a marketing background, but I cannot wait to show her this.
And just to
Awesome.
clarify too, this is your community competition. So Stephen has a good point that we're going to have the leaderboard is going to be in that shared doc that I'll add when you nominate. We've added an email field, so that email address will be added to the shared doc, so you can all contribute to that, and we'll have the leaderboard in there. We're not sure if it's going to be a link or a direct scoreboard, but it'll be in that document. And the second one is, this is a great opportunity for you to celebrate your sales team. You might be your sales team as well, and we're looking forward to a lot of collaboration and sharing ideas. We'll only be talking about it in the community, so we won't be cascading it everywhere. It's just about your fun competition. Run home to Christmas. It's a really interesting time of the year to get those conversations happening.
Nice. So with that, I mean, you know, it's part of, you know, generating some ideas, and I know that some partners have reached out to me wanting to talk a little bit more with partners about what's working for you guys. So I want to take a few minutes today and maybe just open it up to the floor. And if somebody's open to providing some insights into what's working for them, you know, prospecting, moving the sale along, conversion, anything like that, I would love to just open it now to the floor if somebody is open to share.
Hello.
Hey, Paul.
How you doing? I'm calling you all from sunny Spain.
No way.
Yeah. I'll be
Welcome.
back home for Christmas, but I needed to take a break during everything that's going on. So I'll break the ice and share something that we've been doing with some success, because I see there's a great number of participants and everyone's looking for things that work these days, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We've increased our volunteer work. There's a lot of places right now that are looking for PPC consultants, marketing consultants. They're looking for people to do landing pages, looking for people to help them with email campaigns, and they're looking for volunteers. So we've pulled in a number of clients by simply reaching out to them, saying, hey, we'll do that volunteer work for you. But for example, that PPC campaign, you know, to manage that and put your ads together, great, you've got the budget, but you need these other things as well. You need to build up your social media presence. You need to have more content available. And we've been successfully using snapshot reports and where they're listed. These types of tools, very simple, easy to run, show them to them, give them a really good idea of their digital footprint. And we go back time and time again and say, hey, we're going to do the graphic design work for you free. We're going to do the PPC stuff for you free. That's the volunteer work. Okay. But these are our recommendations for the other things you need to go and do. The other big thing that we've gone and done that's helped us out considerably is that we've explained very well to our clients and new potential clients that our prices are wholesale. We're basically giving you them at wholesale cost. We make just enough money on top of them for administrative types of things. And what it's allowing us to do is bring people on faster and then upsell and cross-sell them to other things. Because once we understand their business model and what they need to do to make money themselves, there's always a Vendasta product or something that we already have in-house that we can go and say, okay, great, let's do some video ads for you now, that type of thing. So those are two big things. Look for more volunteer work and actually volunteer, be legitimate, 100%. And then secondly, make sure that you're explaining to them, look, we understand that you've already changed your budgets 9,000 times for everything. You don't know where your money's coming from. So we're going to give it to you wholesale. We're doing the same thing here. What we want to do is we want to start working with you. You know, and we're not taking a loss, but we're covering just enough, you know, to be able to outsource things. Sometimes we keep the stuff in-house, even though we put forth, you know, our Vendasta wholesale prices. And then from there, once you get your foot in the door, then it's just a matter of, okay, understanding the business and cross-sell and upsell. And that's been a big part of our strategy. And it's helping us to bring in, you know, a client or two each month.
Nice. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing, Paul.
You're welcome. Now I'm waiting for the other 10 people to give me their secrets. See, I totally did it for my own gain. So I've got my pen and paper ready, so share.
Maybe I can explain what we do. I mean, I guess and understand from the talks you all working horizontal. We not, we completely vertical. So we entirely focus on hospitality and tourism. We started in Africa. We got 28,000 hospitality and tourism businesses in 25 African countries. And we created a managed service for them that starts with the visibility and then the website and then the reputation management and then the social media and advertising and then the property management, booking and revenue management. And all of that comes as a single managed service. So we build some of the stuff ourselves and some of the stuff we use your tools, and we combined all of that together and bring that to market as a managed service in various ways. And we do that individually, customer by customer in some destinations. In South Africa, for example, we have a public-private partnership with the tourism authority and provide our technology to the tourism authority, and they create a digital transformation for the sector. So that's kind of complete different approach.
Great share. Thanks, Thomas. And it's great to see the global activity with Vendasta. Who else might have some shares for the community about what's been working for you?
You know, I'll tag on to a couple things. What I've seen has worked in the past, especially with the digital, giving a reason to get in the door. And the discussion goes more towards the holiday season. Is your website ready for gift cards? There's a wonderful article out there about how much a person can increase their sales just on gift cards alone. And if you take that article and send it to them, it's going to ignite them to say, hey, I need to do more on my website or do more digitally to tell people that I do offer gift cards. So that's one thing. The other thing is a discussion, I think, regarding ROI. A lot of people forget that. When we go to the HVAC companies and the dentists and things like that, when you know everything about their business, about what a lead costs, not only just the lead itself, but when you know what are you paying for an actual lead that comes through, and what percentage of those leads that are coming in through call centers or whatever are you closing? Is your close percentage? And we really narrowed it down to restaurants. If someone said that their cost of doing business or the cost of food was at 40 to 50%, we'd walk out the door. We weren't going to help them. But if you know that knowledge ahead of time through the research before you go see the customer, you're going to go a long way. And last thing I'll say is this, is a lot of people tend to sell without really asking the questions of what they need. And they tell everything about their company and what they can offer without asking the customer first what they need, and gear it around what they need instead of what you offer. That's my 2 cents.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing, Jim. I have a little bit of a follow-up to that for Jim or for the group here. Asking them what they need. I think that's really important, understanding what they want, what their pain points are, where they're at in their journey, transitioning to digital or growing their digital presence. Does anybody have, a set of discovery questions or a conversation? Like, how do you guide that? How do you guide that? And Kathy, I can see you shaking your head. You know where I'm going with this?
Yeah. I start out, and I've done this for years. I do as the discovery, just like an attorney would. And to reframe it from what Jim said, I don't ask the direct question of what do you need, because I don't think a lot of clients know what they need. So my initial set of questions sort of starts out with, what have you been doing in the past? What are you doing now? And all of these vertical questions lead to so many different discussions. And then what is it you want to achieve? And I kind of keep it simple. And I give an example. Do you want the phone to ring? Do you want more clicks to your website? Are you looking for more quotes? And that does start a different set of questions, because I felt in the beginning when I asked a need question, it was crickets, because they don't know what they need. So I start out that way. And then I kind of hit them with, and I was telling this to Nick, that I love the fact that I can give them the listing scan, because you have the majority of people that think when they have a website or they have a social media profile or they've got a blog, that everything else must be right. So when you show them that listing scan, and that's my freebie, that 97% of the data is incorrect, and they've gone from literally having a coronary to how do I fix this? Then it starts a different whole set of dialogues of, yep, I can do that for you, not a problem. And it leads into the checklist questions. Well, let's do a diagnostic, Janice Christopher model. Let's do a diagnostic. What have you done? Can we find you? Are you right? And again, then you get the ball rolling. So now in the interim, what I'm doing is validating that I'm putting my knowledge to the test for them to see all of the errors. And it really does create a really interesting dialogue. So when I go in and I say to them, yeah, give me a credit card, they're like, oh, here's my credit card. Here, do it. You sense the excitement, and it's an easy ask. So that's kind of what I've been doing. And it doesn't matter who it's for. I'm working with banks. I'm working with a window treatment company. I'm working with a wealth advisor, and so on and so forth.
I like that. I feel and I hear a little bit of the challenger sale-esque. Shock them a little bit, open their eyes to what digital really is. It's a lot of those behind the scenes. And I have a tool at no cost that can help start that conversation, the listing scan. And, I can help with these things. Do you want to learn more about how I can help? And then there you go.
And it's a visual, because if I show them, here's your listing data. If you start to talk to people about SEO, I am talking Martian, because most people don't understand it and they don't see the value. So when I say listing your information, I'm going to enunciate what I'm talking about, but they can see it. So you have that left brain, right brain thing where the people that want to physically see something are the people that can sort of, put it together in their heads. Yeah.
And, on that point, it just reminds me of a conversation that I had this week where, we were positioning there, the partner was positioning SEO, and they were speaking to SEO. Are you ever worried about your SEO and those kinds of things? I'm thinking, like, from the business's side, are they thinking, oh man, I like, what's going on with my SEO? Probably not. They're probably just thinking, where am I in my search rankings? So you need to. That just reminds me of always consider, the language and the communication, that resonates with your clients or with your prospects, because we say SEO, but they think search rankings. They think something different. Yeah, great point.
Well, they don't think at all, because they have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Or they don't think at all. Yeah. Yeah, totally. And that's exactly right. And I think it reminds me of a previous session with Simon from Social Deals, where him and Chris, the first session, him and Chris, they were, you need to tell these businesses, their listings aren't good. you know, and we can help them with that and why that's important. You know, you don't,
Yeah,
as a business owner, you don't need to know these things, you know, but these are the things that I can take care of. These are the things that I know. These are the things I can help with. I just want to show you, you know, Paul, I can hear you there. Did you have something to add?
yeah, I would add on to that there, and this is something that we're using really effectively, especially in the legal space and medical professionals. You really don't have to know much about their business and research much about their business. One of the greatest ways that we're getting our foot in the door is they all know their competitors. They know other lawyers, they know other law firms, they know who's doing divorce law, who's doing immigration law, they know the names already. So you basically find the business that you want to go after, or you're reaching out to in some shape or form. And if you can approach them, we've done this several times with a snapshot report of their competitors. We'll run 2, 3 of them. We'll grab a couple caveats on them. We'll attach the PDF on the backside, and we'll go and say, hey, you recognize these names. You know this person, such and such and such. When you want us to run a report on your business, to let you know. And it's amazing how much they know, especially at the top, the decision makers, the mover and shakers. Okay. And it's really a good way to find out who is the decision maker by approaching the business via their competition. Okay. And we do a lot of stuff where we're at the end of page 1 for a search term, or page 2 or page 4, ferret out those different businesses. And then we grab a high end, just like you do in the real estate. You know, if you're gonna look for a home, they're gonna show you, you know, the Goldilocks house that you could never afford, but you always dream about. One that is a fixer upper that, oh my gosh, you know, you can agree with your partner, you might actually buy it and turn it into your dream. And then the other one at the end of the day is just right. So lots of good things that people are sharing there, but that's one of the big things that you can do, especially with the snapshot reports and the listings, as was saying there before. We've done a lot of stuff with listings, showing people their competitors and how they're in Yelp and they're in this and they're in this directory here. And they're like, okay, now we run yours, and you're like barely on Facebook. So, and they know those people. It's very easy. You don't have to say any technical words, or, you know, your PPC account, or how much you're spending your budget, or they just want to compete.
I love that. Go ahead, Dave. It looks like you have something to add.
We love the listing too. It's very, it's great. How long does it take to sync for most of you? It's taken us 3-4 months to finally sync on all those listings. And, you know, we tell them it takes a while, but how long does it really take? That's what I have. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So I might jump in there and provide some insights, because we do have another presenter today, as we are continuing with our marketing services mini series. So I want to make sure that we have a little bit of time to chat with Michelin. But I wanted to have a sales focused conversation, and thank you to everybody for providing, you know, your insights on how you do things. And let's do this again. Let's make this part of our regular meetings. So Dave, to answer your question, from what I know and understand, you know, one thing that we don't want to do is say that you will get 100% of your listings accurate, because the listings ecosystem it's very complex. You know, if you think back to the executive Q&A session that we had with Gib Olander, who has so much experience in the listing space, you know, there's a lot of complexity there. So in general, and it has to do a lot with the way that our system works and the way that, you know, the listings are accepted and the communication there too. So there's a few places where it could break down. So that's number one. You know, you don't want to stick to that 100%. We'll get it all accurate, because there can be things that happen. But in general, you know, when it starts syncing, the majority of them should sync, you know, within a couple of days, you know, right away. But then other ones will take a little bit more time to sync. And oftentimes that isn't, you know, within our capabilities to sync with them. Sometimes it's about whenever they pull the information, right? So we can put the information out, and sometimes it takes some time for it to be ingested by the other side. But in general, I think, the safe talk track, just like you're bringing up now, 3-4 months, some of them still aren't synced 100%. If you're seeing that, Dave, I would encourage you to even reach out to our success team, because our success team can have conversations like that with the appropriate parties, to see what's going on, or if something's going on, and can provide you with more detailed information if that's available too. So in general, it should work right away, and different sources have different syncing timelines. So, I know it's not definitive. I know my answer is quite vague, but on the call here, that's kind of what I have for you. Is that okay, Dave? Yeah, Kathy?
But couldn't you also, I tend to kind of fall into the mindset, well, if it only took 2 seconds and it's so easy, why are you charging me all this money?
Yeah.
So I kind of set the expectation, listen, it's going to take 30 to 45 days. We're going to continue to monitor it. This way, I'm over promising and I'm over delivering. I'm saying it's going to take a while, and then I'm going to fix everything for them, because I found that through my own mistakes, if I said, oh yeah, I'll be done in a couple of days, and it's not, the client remembers that. They remember the BS stuff. They don't remember everything else that you did to solve their problems. So expectations.
That's a good point. Jeff?
Yeah, I'm first of all, Kathy, I agree with you. Your style. We're probably in the same boat as far as how we sell on our client base. But if you also go into an existing account, and one, you've got listing distribution, listing sync pro or Yext or whatever you're using, and using that that sliding scale or the listing score as kind of something to go by helps your clients understand that in the executive report. But also, when you can show them a client that you've had for 2 or 3 years, and go in and look at citations and things that have been built over time, and show that constant curve, it helps one to show that it's a long game, and that's the reason to stay in it, and don't just pay me for 1 month and go away. But it also shows them how information can change and the number of citations can go up and down, and that's why it's important to stay with a tool like listing distribution and listing sync pro, to make sure that those are constantly being overwritten to give what we call street credit or internet credit. That's our cool talk.
Internet credit. I like that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, and I'll give you a quick hack on the listing side. Okay, you can do it yourself, or you can get a virtual assistant or whatever. But literally, if you go to that directory, okay, and we do this for medical people and lawyers and things like that, and you create an account and you start doing some Google searches with a virtual assistant, somebody is not costing you too much, and they just kind of do it periodically through the week over a period of time, you'll find that some of these listings are a little bit harder to get there. And can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. All right. So, okay. Shad can't hear me, but okay. You can hack it by doing the searches in Google. For example, I want to see Coons Motors in Yelp, in Bethesda, Maryland. Do that search. Coons Motors, Coons Trucks, Bethesda, Maryland, Yelp, or Car Directory USA, or whatever it is. And you do that again and again from a couple different IPs, completely organic, right?
Oh, you're starting to cut out for me now, Paul. Sorry, Paul. It seems like we may have lost you there. He was just getting into the good stuff, right? That's just what it happens. Well, Paul, hopefully you can get your audio working again. And I wanted to say thank you to everybody for contributing. And really quickly, Michelle, just wanted to say thanks for sharing your forms in the chat there. I was interested whenever you said you use Google Forms, to do your discovery, and thanks for sharing those forms. So if anybody wants to check those out, I had a quick look. They look great, and I'll probably have a deeper dive after this. But thanks for sharing, Michelle. So you know, hopefully we have some more time after Michelin's quick presentation here, or in another session, Paul, we can get to that listing conversation. But Michelin, over to you. You know, we did have this set up as part of our marketing services mini series, so we're going to continue with that. And we had planned today to talk a little bit about content creation. So we have a team on our side who does content creation. Michelin is a fantastic leader on that side, and she's here today to talk a little bit about that. So Michelin, would you mind doing just a brief introduction for those who don't know you, and then you can get right into your presentation.
Awesome, sure. Let me just share my screen. So my name's Michelin. I am the content marketing manager for our marketing services division, and I've been with this division for almost 5 years now, which at Vendasta is like a lifetime. And because I've been in the same division for so long, I've just built on layers and layers of understanding and knowledge for the marketing services and fulfillment in general. So I thought I could come chat with you guys today about just a few of the different content marketing options that we have with our division. And I will preface it by saying that content is our newest division within marketing services. So all of our products are very, I want to call them fresh, because we're still adapting them and we're still growing them. So we're always open to new opportunities and new changes. So if you have questions after the fact, please let me know and I'd be happy to chat. So if you guys were here a couple weeks ago, I presented on social marketing, which is also part of my division. And I didn't have much time to prepare my presentation. So I literally made a copy and changed the colors. So a lot of the information might be the same, but hopefully it'll be useful to you. So content marketing, why does it matter? It's a lot of the same reasons that we strongly recommend social marketing for small businesses, because content marketing is your opportunity to humanize your brand and to show your thought leadership to your customers, which can be very challenging in a world where everybody has content flowing in and out every day. There's billions of tweets every hour. So it's really important to put your best foot forward, either for you as a partner or for your clients, to help make sure that their customers know that they're the real deal. And that's where content marketing comes in. So what we do often is a lot of our content marketing strategies revolve around education, because we feel that that's where the biggest value add is with content marketing. So when a customer asks us for a content marketing strategy, we kind of dig in to understand, what is it you're trying to achieve? Are you trying to increase brand awareness? Do people already know about you, but you want them to understand kind of a new product line that you're launching or a new niche market that you're getting into? And from there, we start building a strategy that helps identify some of these factors. The other piece that's really important with content marketing is SEO. So if you have consistent updates on your website, you're far more likely to rank well on SEO, which is super important for small businesses that are competing with some of the larger players in the game. And I won't go into more detail about why it's important, but if you do have questions after the fact, Andrew, I'm sure, can share my contact information with you. So why choose Vendasta? This is almost the exact same slide as before, but there's a couple of value propositions with Vendasta's marketing services with all of us. So first and foremost, it's white label or gray label, depending on your subscription level. So we'll work as if I am part of your agency. When I call your clients, I say, hi, this is Michelin from 50 Free Calls, or from Bullseye Digital Marketing, something like that, so that they never know that I am not part of your agency. So instead of having to hire a dozen writers just to create all this content for you, you can lean on my team and we'll do it on your behalf. The joke I always make about hiring the best is that I've hired literally every English grad or nerd that I've found. Quite honestly, they make some of the best writers, not just because they have English degrees, but they have an arts degree. So they're like hungry for work and jobs. And I'm here to give that to them. So they do really good work. So we have created a proven process for all of our products that help small businesses, no matter where they are, excel at content marketing. So what's beautiful about relying on my team is that you don't have to worry about making sure that they're up to date on the latest email marketing tactics, or that they don't burn out because they've been writing blogs for 6 months. That's a huge concern that we see with somebody in this field. But because we have such a large team, I have 15 writers at present, they get to add more variety in their day. So one day they might be working on social marketing, the other they might be working on blogs, another day it's web copy. So you get to understand, our writers get to understand our clients and our partners very well, because they're building a whole content marketing strategy for them instead of just one little piece. We work with our partners and their clients very closely to build the strategy that works for them. So like I said at the beginning, if they already have a lot of brand awareness, but people don't necessarily trust their brand, then that's one strategy. If it's a brand new business and they're trying to get into a market, that's a different strategy. If it's an industry where you require a lot of education to trust and to purchase, that's another strategy. So we work very closely with the client and the partner to make sure that all of our goals are aligned. And then the last one obviously extends beyond content marketing, but I've touched on it, is we have multiple marketing specialties all under one roof. So when you work with marketing services, if you purchase digital ads, websites, content marketing, whatever the case may be, it's all one team. So we can work and make sure the pieces fit together, instead of having some of that vendor clutter where you have to work with 6 different agent or different vendors to get all your needs met. It's all together. Cool. So I'll talk about, we have 3 different product offerings that kind of all relate in content marketing. The first one is blog posts, and that's our oldest product. You can purchase it one time. So if it's just like a press release or something like that, we can deliver that via blog post, or it can be a monthly strategy. So that's usually more helpful for businesses that are trying to build their SEO strategy, or they're trying to build some thought leadership around their niche. But so we have clients that purchase 1 blog a quarter, but we have some clients that purchase 30 blogs a month. So it's 1 a day. So it all depends on the strategy that you have, the budget that you have. So our base offering is 250 to 400 words. And we've chosen that number because it's easy reading and it's a quick touch for SEO. We do have some clients that require longer blog posts, so like 1,200 words, that we just duplicate or add more. And then we can make custom deals depending on how many blogs you need. And that's the perk of being the newest department, is we're still trying to figure out what's the best solution and the best way to serve you. So we're always open to finagling some deals. Also with blogs, your client can choose the topic if they're very specific about something, or we can choose it for them. So if they say like, in the month of November, we're trying to hype up our services for December, so we want to talk about these 4 topics, then we would create content based on that. We also have some clients that quite frankly don't know what the heck's going on, so they leave it to us, and we come up with topics and strategies that we feel are answering their audience's questions. Like I said, I hire the best and we hold them to very high standards. So there's a rigorous research and editing strategy, which I know is challenging for some people because not everybody is gifted with good grammar, but my people are, so it's good. And then at the end of the process, we always encourage that both the client and the partner reviews the content so that they're happy with it. The last thing we want is for you to have to push content that isn't the right messaging or is the wrong ideas. So we're always encouraging people to give us feedback so that we can only get better. So that's one product. I'm going fast because I only have 4 minutes. And I talk fast because I'm French, so it works out. The second product is website content. So this is primarily associated with our website products. And as of December 1st, every single website product will include web copies so that you can stop harassing your clients for copy that they don't have. This was the biggest problem that we had with website delivery, was that clients don't know what to write on their website. They don't know how to tell their story. The narrative is too complicated. Or they do give us content and it's blocks of text that don't really look appealing on a website. So instead, we've worked with our website team to create a package that not only includes a fresh new WordPress website, but also content to go with it. So the process with that is super simple. When you purchase a website, you fill out a form, you give us all the information that you have about your client, or your client fills it out, obviously. And the more information we get, the more specific we can make the website copy. And right now we're sitting, I think, at like 30 websites a month. So we're crushing out websites quite quickly and efficiently. But again, it's the same process. We're very, I don't want to say OCD, but that's pretty much what it is, about grammar and syntax. So we make sure that everything is on point. It goes through multiple rounds of edits with us, so that's good. And we always encourage revision. So when you get your website, we call it the first mock, I would say, and it's on a staging platform, you get to review the whole design, the whole content, everything, to make sure that you're happy with it. If anything is like off, or you're like, oh no, we didn't start in 2020, it was 2019, we can make any revisions for you to make sure that their online real estate is telling the story that they're looking for. And then the last one is content marketing for email marketing. Again, it's one time or monthly, depending on what you prefer. Currently, it's just included with the Constant Contact platform, but we are looking at creating it as a standalone product so that we can just build the content while you build the framework for the campaign. What we've seen is that people already have MailChimp or ActiveCampaign products, and they work with them, but they need somebody to write the content. Never in my life did I think being okay at writing would be so advantageous. But apparently it's harder than it looks. So people are asking us just to write the copy and to put it in a campaign. They'll build the campaign, we'll write the copy. So we're looking at creating that as a standalone, but for the time being, it's part of the Constant Contact platform. It's an add-on where you can purchase a one-time campaign if you have a sale, or a monthly campaign. It's more of a newsletter so that we can educate your customers on your behalf. Same process. We're very diligent. We love reviews. We love getting suggestions or room for improvement. That's kind of part of being a writer, and you come to terms with the fact that sometimes you make mistakes and people don't like it, but that's okay. We just keep getting better month after month. And so when we work with your clients, every time is just a little bit better than the last. So those are our 3 product offerings. I think I made it in like 6 minutes. So I'm really proud of myself. Does anybody have any questions about the content marketing products, or suggestions on where we can improve?
Thank you, Micheline. I have, Kathy.
I have one question, Micheline. When a client wants to have a say in what they're writing, this is happening to me now, so I'm kind of curious. It's great, advantageous to ask this. They've come up with the majority of their content. They're a bank, a mortgage bank. So they've come up with the majority of their content. However, I know that there's a value add that your team can bring to the table. So on that form, that ridiculously long form, there's nowhere for me to say, please add your valued comments inside of the content. Like, I think we should probably have that discussion. I know that's kind of like an onboarding thing.
For sure.
But maybe so that yes, this is what they want, generally speaking, versus just slapping it on there.
That's a great point. This is with the website build, right? There is one question in there, and we are revamping the questionnaire because it is long. There's one question that says instructions for web copy. I think we should add details on, like, would you like us to edit it? Would you like us to lengthen it? Because for the most part, we do look through any copy that's sent our way just to make sure that it fits in the site. Because what we do see is that clients will create copy sometimes. Is it good? sometimes, but most often it doesn't fit the template that we have or the build that we've created. So it becomes very disjointed and it looks awful. So we usually go through and make it more digestible for the site. But if you do have a case like that, definitely leave notes anywhere on the order form, because I'm the one who reads them. So I can always pick up on that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks for the feedback, Kathy. I can see some great questions in the chat. We'll try to get to them. If everyone's okay, we'll go a couple minutes over here. Wanted to pass over to Michael Lofton. I can see that you raised your hand there.
Extra voice for teacher. Yes, thank you. So my question was, it says 250 to 400 words, and being an SEO person, we know the minimum we want to start with is 500 words. So I'm asking why that number? So on my website, for example, I put up to 400 words, and I'll add 100 word increments. And I guess I'm trying to figure out why 250, because 250 is quite low when trying to explain to people who actually have some type of SEO background or know how valuable the content is. So I just want to figure out why start at the 250, 400 range, just to give me an idea, because right now I only put up to 400, and I haven't actually sold any of it from Vendesta yet, and I'm starting to work there for 2021. And so that's why I want to make sure I'm solid on your process on those 400 words. I'll add that extra 100 words to get us to the 500, but we're just trying to figure out the process and the thought process behind that.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think originally it was just a matter of, okay, people don't have lots of attention span. We want to create something that's short and digestible. But you're right, with the advancements in SEO, it's becoming more and more clear that longer content may not get read from top to bottom, but it's definitely an improvement for search engines. So it's something that we're looking at as well. And I am curious to maybe put some investment in researching how we can improve that product. So thank you for the feedback. We'll definitely look into it.
Thanks,
No,
Michael.
I appreciate it.
Oh, and just to confirm, it does say 250 to 400. Our blogs are primarily 400. We do just aim for 400. I don't even know why we have 200 there. I should just remove it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that scares my clients, right? So that's why I've always never even said 250. I put up to 400, and then we'll add the extra fee for the up to 500.
Yeah.
But most people today are expecting about 500 word blogs from what my clients are speaking here in the US anyway. Everybody has a different situation, but so that's just something that I'm excited about, working with you guys with content, but there's so many different text brokers and everything else. That's why I want to make sure I understand which one's the best value and how to use that.
Great
I'll always
question.
say we're the best value, but that's because it's my team.
Great question. Thank you, Michael. I want to get to a couple more, but for everybody else, we try to answer the questions in the community afterwards. So if anybody has any questions, please be sure to get them into the chat right now so that we can kind of get them to Michelin and team and get them answered in the community for you. But Paul, I can see that you unmuted there. Do you have a comment or question about content creation with our team?
Question. We've been very
Paul, your audio is cutting in and out.
And we work with them. Okay. Can you hear me better now?
It's still breaking up a little bit. Paul, I might request if you'd be able to ask your question in the community, or Michelin, is it okay if we share your contact information?
Absolutely, please do.
Okay, awesome. And
okay, thank you. I'll just listen.
Okay, sounds good. Sorry about that, Paul. So, this isn't the end of the conversation. See you, Dan. This isn't the end of the conversation. It's just the starting point. So any follow-up, any questions, we have a team here to answer them for you. So I can see quite a few great questions in the chat there. We'll try to get to them and reply to them in the community thread. So Before we close out, Thomas Rainmaker wanted to say thank you for joining live for the first time. Do you have any closing comments to take us out? I can see you're unmuted there. Go ahead.
I think it's a great session. One can learn from each other and learn about some products, although I have some questions, but I put them in the chat. Otherwise, I hope to see you guys next Friday.
Awesome. Thank you, Thomas, and thank you to everyone. Thank you to our presenters, Michael Watkins, for organizing the sales competition. So nominate your reps, start creating those opportunities, closing those deals, and let's have some fun with it. And thank you to everybody on the line for joining us, and to everybody who's watching on the replay. So everybody have a safe and fantastic weekend, and we'll see you in the community.